My name is Gabriel. I am in the sales department. I have been at Username for a decade now. Yeah, and I am in the sales leadership role as a sales manager, where we lead or we have a team of around 30 members of the sales department. And yeah, I'm happy to be here today to talk to you. My journey at Username began in 2016 in May. Of course, before then, I applied for the job. There was, of course, an advert for sales members, and I applied and was shortlisted, interviewed, and I got the job at Username. So I'm happy to say 10 years later, I am pleased with my progress, my growth, and most importantly, I'm happy with how Username has really grown within that period. Becoming a sales manager wasn't something I even thought of when I was joining Username, because I was so excited about starting as just a sales member or any salesperson. And I realized, of course, with time, people need help here and there, and I was trying to step in to just help, just normally how I would do it on a normal life situation, responding and trying to be useful around. And I'm glad that my immediate managers were able to spot that passion in me to be of help around people and trying to bring in life-changing, how can I impactful decisions when I interact with my members and even when I'm assisting clients. So this I think was easy to convince them that I have the ability to become a sales manager. But of course, it's not just as easy. It also depends with the people that you're leading or the people that you're serving. So the people you're serving, if they feel they're able to relate with you, they help you excel in your role. A typical working day for me is I have to be at the office at least by 8 a.m. in the morning, where I should be able to check. Of course, before I get to work, I have already notifications on my phone that I have maybe an email, maybe a WhatsApp on something that I need to respond to. But technically, I should be able to come to the office at 8, make phone calls, reach out to customers, send agreements, do paperwork, also meet my members of the team. So this can vary depending on their schedule as well, because they are also in sales. They could be having engagements with different clients early in the morning, but intentionally be able to have a catch up and understand maybe if there are gaps or things that we need to do before we could be able to proceed with the rest of the day. So this can be quick catch-ups on things that we had planned the previous day. Maybe there are activations, and being able to also coordinate with the other members of the organization, especially the marketing department, the accounts department, customer service department, because we all work together to achieve one goal, which is to serve our customers, and that is what we wake up to do every day. The funniest or most unexpected thing a client has ever asked me during a sale, I can't really say it was funniest. It's because it sounded strange because of the expectation the customer was having. So I understand, of course, in real estate there are issues, especially with trust, and of course there are many people who are conning people out there. So it is perfectly understandable to always be cautious when you're buying land. Not just cautious, but make or take the necessary steps to verify about the purchase or the land you're buying. So this customer, during a site visit, after I've done all the pitching and convincing, and I felt like now I'm closing the deal, I'm on the final stages of taking the money, then someone just asked that if they can meet the cabinet secretary for lands, like if I can invite that person to come and speak to them during the site visit. So I wouldn't say it was funny, it was strange, because that never happens anywhere. I've never seen people go and ask for a cabinet secretary for health to show up in a hospital so that they can be served. But I perfectly understand why they did that, but it was really strange for me to say that. Yeah. if selling land was a sport, I think it could be rugby. Yeah. Why? Because it needs you to be very aggressive. It needs you to be very patient. It needs you to be very tactical. It needs you to understand the weaknesses or the loopholes of your opponent and the people that you are likely to face. So it's a very aggressive field. I wouldn't say that. Of course, you need to be very wise. You need to be very spontaneous, etc. But I feel it needs a lot of energy, because at some point there you're going to face hurdles that need you to give up. Because sometimes it's very emotional when you're talking to clients, and they are indecisive, and that really makes you feel, should I give up? Should I quit? But that patience, the resilience to be able to continue pushing and believing that one day they will actually buy. So that sounds very rugby for me. One thing about me that my colleagues will be surprised to learn: I did theology in campus, so I feel I can be able to preach if an opportunity comes for me to start preaching, doing evangelism. I think I can do that very well. But again, I hope that surprises my colleagues. Let's keep it there. I think in the past I used to be a very quick person to judge and maybe conclude things very fast by based on maybe how someone would behave around me or who they are generally. And being a manager needs me to be a little bit more patient with my people, with my team. First of all, sometimes you have to really eliminate the thought of who is this person from my perspective, but get to cross over and understand who or why they are actually doing or saying what they are saying, so that you think like them first. And then secondly, now come to a managerial level and understand how they are thinking. Is it in line with the principles and the policies that you have in place and what you want to achieve at that given moment? So once I cross over, understand them, then understand what I want to achieve, paint the picture to them and help them understand that what they are thinking. So generally, I am more patient to understand people than I was before. I am a bit slower to judge people by maybe what they have said or done. So that has really become something very different of me, which I really appreciate. So this role has brought that side of me that I didn't think I could. My message to anyone who wants to be a salesperson, first of all, is build your character, build your confidence, believe in what you're saying, believe in what you're selling, understand the people that you want to reach to, what do they really want out of the product you're selling. So first you have to sort of create a problem. Secondly, propose a solution. Thirdly, offer the solution. And fourth, which is the most important thing, is that make it look like the solution you have is the best in the market. So having to wrap all this around needs you to be very confident in all that you're saying. Don't give up. You're going to face different people who are going to have different opinions and ask you crazy questions. But don't give up. Don't just throw in the towel and say, you know what, this thing is not meant for me. And the last part, I think what I feel sad most about people who want to be good salespeople is they want to assume that they are introverts. So being an introvert never works in this role. You have to always speak and try to see how you can turn around everything to come to your side in terms of sales. And I think it's the most rewarding career, because you get to decide how much you take home. One day you could be a millionaire, tomorrow you're earning less than 100,000. That is part of sales. But what's most important is you keeping your eyes on the prize. Be very spontaneous, very, very fast, be very aggressive. I said it's like rugby. So I hope you can be able to participate and win this, because we need the money. All the best.